Hello guys, and welcome back. In this video, as I promised last time, we're gonna go through everything that I have done to the car so far, which is not a lot. But before I start, I want to make two quick notes. The first one is, obviously, as you guys have noticed, that I'm not a native English speaker, and from going from my last video, I think I noticed that I'm probably talking a little bit too fast. So from now on, I will try to keep it a little bit slowly and more clearly, so it's easier to understand, I hope. And note number two is I noticed after reviewing the footage from the previous video, I noticed that the audio was kind of bad. Now, I'm filming with a GoPro Hero 7 Black, and I'm using the integrated microphone, but that turned out to be kind of bad. After that, I did a little bit of online research, and everybody's complaining about it, so it's not as good as I thought it was. So for the future, I have ordered an external microphone, and hopefully the audio quality will be much better. Now that's out of the way, let's just start with the video and go through everything that I've done to the car, starting with the very first thing at the back. About 2 weeks after I bought the car, and I replaced these two lights in the trunk. These two from the factory are terrible. Oh, okay, let me rephrase that. They're beyond terrible. And I live in the northern part of Sweden, so around December, January, we have quite a bit of darkness. So I want to see when I open my trunk, and I'm using my trunk 3-4 times a day, and the factory ones were just awful. I think I took pictures of them, so if I find them, I'll put a comparison between the factory one and these two. These are so much better. I will try to put the links to everything that I show right now down in the description, in case you guys want to buy any of these parts for yourself. These are LEDs. These I bought from a website, I think it was called Super Skoda. I have to double check that. They were a bit pricey, I think, at least in my opinion, considering that the shipping was almost half the price of the lights. But according to the website, it's their own product. The packaging was awful, but other than that, they've been working perfectly fine for a little over 2 years, and I had absolutely no problems with them. And it's in the dark. Let me just turn off the lights so you guys can see. Look at this. It's just incredible. And if you're using the ones that come from the factory, like this little guy over here, you won't be able to see anything if it is completely dark outside. So this was the very first thing that I did about 2 years after I bought the car. Not 2 years, I apologize, 2 weeks after I bought the car, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. Now let's get to the front of the car and let's see what happened here. I replaced the factory, let me go a bit closer, the factory oil filter housings for the engine and for the gearbox. The factory ones are plastic, and these ones are billet aluminum from a company called Racing Line. I think it's a US based company, I believe. From them I also purchased the new plugs, draining and filling plugs for the four-wheel drive front and back diffs. But I'm not gonna lift the car right now. I'm just gonna quickly go over the parts. So these are basically just for aesthetics. They look pretty good, and they do release the heat much better, I have to say, because they're aluminum afterwards. It's a metal, so it's dissipating heat much better than the plastic one. Now if you go to this side, you probably noticed that I have this is not a factory intake. Nope, it's not. This is the open air intake from a company called APR. I think they're also US based company. And this is the carbon fiber version, as you guys can see here, including the pipe at the back as well. This is the carbon fiber version. They do have in a normal, I think it was PCV plastic or something, I don't know what exactly it's called, but they do have a normal black, just normal plastic. It's much cheaper. This is more expensive. It does look better though. I like it, even though my my wallet didn't really agree with me, but yeah, it's nice. The next thing, I need to grab a flashlight over here to show you. Here at the back, I'm just trying to hold both at the same time somehow. So I have replaced the, goodness gracious, there we go. I have replaced the factory diverter valve with a GFB Dvx blow-off valve, and it's basically a bolt-on. You need it does come with instructions. They're a little vague, but they're understandable. You need to take a little part, I don't remember what part exactly, from the factory diverter valve and put it on this one. Otherwise it's just a bolt on, and you put the electronics right over here. I cannot show you right now, but it's underneath the pipe. There was a slot in the head, and you bolt it there. You use the factory connector as well, and you just plug in the vacuum lines, and that's it. Next thing, as far as for the model, it is called GFB Dvx T9659. It is for S3 and Mark 7 Golf Rs. They're both on the same platform, so that's why it fits on my car as well. Other than that, I have done also a, let me turn this off real quick. I have done a turbo muffler delete. Unfortunately, I cannot show you that because it's underneath pretty much everything. That I purchased from a company called Revo. I think it's a UK based company, but all of the aftermarket turbo muffler deletes, they have pretty much the exact same design. It has a bigger inner diameter. I forgot to take the factory one so I can show it to you guys, but it has a bigger inner diameter basically, and it's just like a straight cone. The factory one is like has a smaller diameter, and has kind of like a rib design in it. It's basically designed to reduce acoustics from the turbo, which, who the hell wants that? Everybody wants nice turbo noises, right? What else? I have swapped the factory xenon lights that come with this car. Where I think they were D3S, I believe. I have to double check that. But I have swapped the factory xenon lights with a aftermarket LED kit. It's again a little, like literally just remove the factory one. There's a little adapter on it that you have to take from the factory light, put it on the LED, and you just put it back in and locks into place, and that's it. They come with a little ballaster that you have to secure inside the light. It also comes with a double-sided tape, so it doesn't play around, otherwise it can destroy the light from the inside while you're driving from the vibrations, I guess. And I believe that's it, pretty much. I hope you enjoyed this, and have a nice day, and see you in the next one.